let's go back to now we're here. Sex always sells. You started running these workshops for people. What made you choose couples? Because I know that's
Yeah.
is that a fairly recent decision for you?
Yes.
Because I'd
Yes.
love to talk about couples because
Good.
whether you're both entrepreneurs or one of you is an entrepreneur, the entrepreneurial life can be really, really taxing on relationships. So I would love to hear, and as someone who's been divorced twice, yeah, twice, and finally found the love of my life at 59. I know you found the love of your life at 67. Let's talk about relationships and entrepreneurships and relationships later in life too.
Beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, I never really thought that I would. I, ne you know, I never, I've been with people, I've had lots of relationships, but there's never been anybody that I really like, oh, this person I want to spend my life with. I got engaged a couple of times and then I ended up giving back the ring and saying, I can't do this. It's just that this isn't for me. So I just kind of kept going. Like I'm still a pretty upbeat person. So have I had a few moments of depression? Yeah. But pretty much I'm upbeat. So I just kept going. And when I met Michael, I said, wow, this is a person who has similar values to me. The way he touches me I said to him, where did you learn how to touch a woman? He said to me, I Googled it. I was like, are you kidding? Like, no, I'm in the Tantra world and nobody has ever touched me the way you touch me. Like, how is this possible? So about 3 or 4 years in, we started to say, what's different about this from his marriage before or any relationships he had or any relationships that I had before? Why is this working? One, we both had landmark and lots of landmark in our background, so we knew how to communicate straight. We also knew how to say, this is the breakdown. I'm not angry with you. We're in a breakdown. Instead of saying, you always, you never. Like
Right.
we found that we never fought. We found that we could just communicate, open up a communication about anything. So that was number one. We found that we, it's not that we put the other person first, it's that we honored the other person's boundaries from the beginning. So I'll give you an example. In the very beginning, he said to me when we started to be in sexual communication with each other, from the very beginning, he said to me, don't try to stay over my place and I'm not going to stay over your place. I really value my sleep. And I thought in my mind, weird, but okay, not a deal breaker. So if I was at his place, I would drive home or take an Uber home. If he was at my place, same. And about 6 months in, he said to me, I like to stay over. And I said, this is so weird. You're not the stay over kind. And he said to me, no, you didn't try to manipulate me out of my boundaries so I could trust you now. And so,
Wow.
yeah. And so we started with boundaries. We respected boundaries. We explained them the values that they protect. So I don't know. We started writing a book. It's not done yet. It's about half done. It's like Sex and Happiness for Couples. And we decided one day that couples are an endangered species. And then we started operating from that. Like, how could we help couples? What we learned in our lives, could that make a difference to couples? And it's kind of been going like that ever since.